Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, as that will help grow my channel. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate that as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave those and I will respond. Again, thank you. Today has been a rough day, actually a roughing day. We're going to focus in this video on cutting up some logs into usable blanks to turn some bowls. I was fortunate to get some big logs and some crotch pieces from a local landscaper who had removed some trees from someone's yard. This landscaper was Ernie's Landscaping, so a big shout out to them. Your local landscapers and tree trimming services can be a good source of raw material. So for this log over here, I've had this for a while. This is a piece of slippery elm. So it's been cut just a little over a year and it's been drying out and very little cracking. And you would have seen some of my videos with this wood in the past. With this piece, I'm going to do a live edge. And you'll notice that this has got a bit of a curve to it. So it's looking a little oval as well. But I'm going to turn a bowl out of this that will appear to be oval even though it's round. Here I have 4 smaller pieces of maple, which I ended up cutting off of the top of those crotch pieces. I will use this to make some smaller salad bowls. Someone has already asked me for a set of 4 of these. Now I want to show you some really nice wood. Not that it's not all nice, but I was very fortunate, again from Ernie's Landscaping, to get a big crotch piece. This has actually got 3 crotch pieces in it. 3 branches, I should say. And I was able to split this in half, and they're going to make some large bowls. They won't be very deep, but they will be large in diameter. This piece over here is some elm that I got from a friend, and that's going to make a 16-inch bowl. I have 2 of those. So elm turns nice. This is not the slippery elm that we saw earlier, but just a normal elm. This piece of wood is really the one that excites me the most. You'll notice that it's not round in shape. This was taken near the stump of the tree and therefore explains the shape of it. I could turn some bowls out of it, but instead I'm going to cut some discs off it and I'm going to cut some platters out of it, and I'll explain that later. But I think this is going to be a very interesting piece of wood. So here's a jig that I've made up when I'm cutting some round pieces out of my logs. It's a piece of plexiglass left over from COVID. And you can see here I've marked it in 1/2-inch increments on the radius. And I just put that in the center of the log and put a pencil in one of those holes and then spin it around. And here's one of the first circles I cut using this jig. So here's one of the discs I cut off that stump we were just talking about. And here you also can see my circle jig laid out on top of it. The advantage of being able to see through it, I can place this where I want and makes the most use of the wood. So here on the back side, this is going to be cut round as I'm showing here, whereas this side over here will be left with the natural edge. You'll be able to see this featured in an upcoming video. So here we go. I ended up with 15 pieces in total. Spent most of the day doing this, ranging from the largest at 16 inches in diameter down to about 7. I also have these 3 platters that we talked about earlier. I have the oval pieces that are going to be turned into a natural edge bowl, as well as 2 crotch pieces taken from one crotch and split in half. And then I have my 2 larger elm bowls, which will be used as large salad bowls. Don't forget to leave a comment in order to have an opportunity to win a bowl. And again, a big shout out to Ernie's for supplying me with some of this wood.